Burden of the Battlefield, a novella. Chapter 1. The Call to Serve. The bus to the training academy smelled of dust, metal, and excitement. Arjun Mehta sat by the window, chin resting on his fist, eyes wide as the countryside blurred past. His reflection in the glass looked older than he felt, jaw clenched, hair cropped short, eyes that were trying to look brave. He lifted his gaze to the sky and whispered, almost shyly, "Ma, I'll make you proud." In his small town near Jaipur, a faded poster of a soldier saluting the tricolor had hung above his bed since childhood. He'd lain under that poster on countless hot summer nights, imagining the weight of a rifle on his shoulder, the crisp feel of a uniform, the moment when he would stand at the border and face the enemy. He always believed courage would come easily. Training begins. "Mehta, faster, faster, faster! This isn't a morning walk in the park. This is the army." The drill ground shimmered with heat. Arjun ran, boots pounding the red earth, lungs burning. Sweat soaked through his olive green t-shirt. His legs screamed, but there was a wild joy in the pain. He wasn't the best runner, not the strongest, but he knew he'd never give up first. Alongside him, a lanky boy with dimples puffed. "Oye Mehta, agar aise hi bhagta raha na, to enemy ko goli se nahi, thakan se hara dega." "Oye Mehta, if you keep running like this, you'll defeat the enemy not by bullets, but by exhausting them." Arjun snorted. "Bus, Sharma. Do more rounds and even this ground will surrender." "That's enough, Sharma. Run a few more rounds and even the ground will surrender." That first night, lights out came, and the barrack fell into a quiet hum of whispers, snores, and faraway dogs barking. Arjun lay on his narrow bed, staring at the ceiling fan, a strange happiness buzzing in his chest. He took out his notebook and wrote, "Dear Ma, you should have seen me today. I was so tired I thought my heart would burst, but I didn't stop. I am one step closer to wearing the uniform properly. Don't worry. Agar desh ke liye marna pada na, I will go smiling. If I have to die for the country, I will go smiling." He paused at the last line, feeling a soft pride swell in his chest, unaware how heavy those words would one day feel. Training wrapped around his days like a second skin. He learned to strip and assemble his INSAS rifle, to crawl, to march, to endure. At the firing range, the first time he hit the black circle near the center, a thrill raced through him. "Good grouping, Mehta," Subedar Yadav said with a rare nod. Arjun stood a little taller. At night, he and his new friends, Sharma, Ansari, and Bhaskar, lay in their bunks and talked softly about dreams and fears. "Where do you want to be posted?" Sharma asked one night. "Anywhere on the border," Arjun replied instantly. "LOC, LAC, doesn't matter. I just want to stand where it counts." Sharma groaned. "Tu pagal hai. You're crazy." Arjun smiled. He loved these simple, quiet moments. The sense of belonging ran deep. Chapter 2. Orders to the front. The posting orders came in a stiff brown envelope. Mehta, Sharma, Ansari. Posting: 14th Battalion, Jammu and Kashmir Rifles. Location: near the line of control. LOC. The word hit his chest like a drumbeat. He called home from the PCO. "Ma, मुझे border पे भेज रहे हैं." "Ma, They're sending me to the border. A sharp breath on the other end. LOC? LOC? Huh. This is what I wanted. I'm happy, Ma. Such me. Yes, truly. There was silence, then, Bas, apna ख्याल रखना. देश को जिंदा सिपाही भी चाहिए, सिर्फ शहीद नहीं. Just take care of yourself. The country needs living soldiers too, 100%. Not just martyrs. Her voice trembled. For the first time, a flicker of fear stirred inside him. Chapter 3. Into the Mountains. The mountains didn't look like the movies. They were grand, but indifferent, like ancient guardians who had seen too many wars to care about new ones. LOC doesn't forgive mistakes, Havildar Singh said during the drive. Yahan enemy ka goli se zyada, kabhi-kabhi baraf bhi le jati hai. Here, more than enemy bullets, sometimes the snow itself takes you. Their first night on duty, Arjun stood gripping his rifle as the cold bit into his knuckles. The silence felt sharp, alive, watchful. He forced himself to stay steady, but unease stirred deep inside. Chapter 4. First Fire. The first firefight came without warning. One moment they were trudging along a snowy path, the next, bullets sliced the air. Cover! Arjun dove behind a rock, heart hammering. Snow exploded around him. Someone screamed. He lifted his rifle, hands shaking violently. A bullet hit the rock inches from his face. He flinched, terror hot and suffocating. When it was over, silence returned. And Bhaskar didn't. Arjun stared at his friend's lifeless body, shock hollowing him out. He had imagined death before, but always as something noble, distant. Not like this. Not a friend with blood on his gloves. That night, he couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Bhaskar falling. Chapter 5. Fear in the Snow. War wasn't constant heroism. It was waiting, dread, and sudden terror. Arjun started jumping at every sound. Sleep slipped away from him. He began imagining his own death far too often. Sharma noticed. Tu theek hai? You okay? Thoda thak gaya hoon. Just a bit tired. But inside, something was quietly breaking. One evening, during severe shelling, the bunker shook violently. Dust fell from the ceiling. Arjun felt pure panic swallow him whole. A cold realization rose inside him. I'm not made for this. He tried to shake it off, tried to be braver, but each day the dread grew heavier. Chapter 6. Breaking from Within. It was a gray morning. They were in a vulnerable forward post when heavy shelling began. Explosions shook the ridges. Snow and debris flew. Men shouted. Arjun crawled, trembling. Another shell hit close. And then, a terrible thought. If I'm wounded enough, I'll be sent back. I won't die here. He stared at his own leg. In the chaos, he shifted slightly, just enough. A shard of metal sliced through. Pain tore through him like fire. He screamed as Sharma dragged him to cover. As medics swarmed, consciousness faded. His last thought before darkness. I did this. No one knows. Only me. Chapter 7. The wound. He woke in a hospital, leg heavily bandaged. "You'll walk again," the doctor said, "but frontline duty, difficult." Sharma visited. "Tu zinda hai yaar. That's what matters. You're alive, buddy. That's what matters." But something flickered in Sharma's eyes. Uncertainty, maybe suspicion. Arjun felt it like a stab. He was discharged on medical grounds. Some soldiers muttered, "Sabke bas ki baat nahi hoti." It's not everyone's cup of tea. He carried those words home like stones. Chapter 8. The Return Home. His mother wept when she saw him. "Maine sirf yahi dua mangi thi ki tu zinda laut aaye." I prayed only that you return alive. His father said proudly, "Tu hamara hero hai." You're our hero. But neighbors whispered, "Lagta hai bhag ke aaya hoga." Looks like he must have run away. Shame burrowed deep. At night, he replayed the moment he shifted his leg. The guilt was crushing. Chapter 9. Whispers of Cowardice. Small jobs came and went. He limped through each one. One evening, he overheard a neighbor. "Army se nikal ke aaya, kaam dhanda kuch nahi. Shayad wahan se bhi bhag aaya hoga." He left the army, now has no work. Probably ran away from there too. He broke inside. Depression crept in. His days felt gray, heavy, pointless. Chapter 10. A Spark of Purpose. One day, the TV showed a news clip. Soldiers had died because their protective gear failed. Had the vests been stronger, lives might have been saved. A quiet flame lit inside Arjun. I know what it feels like to pray that a vest will hold. He began researching material science, armor layers, shock absorption. He filled notebooks with sketches. His mother asked, "Kya kar raha hai beta?" "What are you doing, son?" "Sipahiyon ki jaan bachane ke liye kuch." Something to save the lives of soldiers. Chapter 11. Workshop of Redemption. He rented a small workshop, its walls cracked, its roof leaking. Failures came one after another, but he persisted. People mocked him. "Ye sab badi companies ka kaam hai." This is work for big companies. He ignored them and worked harder. Chapter 12. The First Vest. A mid-level officer agreed to test his gear. Months later, a letter came. His vests had outperformed standard issue gear. Arjun cried that night. He pinned the letter on his workshop wall. Chapter 13. Lives Saved. An email came months later. A patrol had survived a blast because his vests had held. He broke down again, this time with relief. Redemption had begun. Chapter 14. Rising from Ashes. His workshop became Suraksha Dynamics Private Limited. Limited engineers joined. Orders grew. His innovations saved more and more lives. He avoided interviews, still feeling unworthy. Chapter 15. The National Honor. One call from Delhi changed everything. His company had been selected for a national award for innovation. His mother trembled holding the letter. His father's eyes shone with pride. But Arjun felt conflicted. At the ceremony, the president placed the medal on him. Soldiers, officers, dignitaries applauded. A young major said, "Sir, my unit survived because of your vests. Thank you." Arjun whispered, "Don't call me sir. You were the one standing there." सिर्फ इसलिए कि आपने हमें बचाया. Only because you saved us. Chapter 16. Old Shadows, New Light. At the reception, a hand touched his shoulder. Sharma. Dekho, kaun national hero ban gaya? Look who became a national hero. Their eyes met. Us din laga tha, shayad tu dar gaya, Sharma said quietly. That day I thought, maybe you were scared. But you never ran from the country. Everyone fights their own battles. Arjun felt something loosen inside at last. Chapter 17. At the Memorial. He visited the LOC again. He touched Bhaskar's name on the memorial stone. Sorry, he whispered. I couldn't be what you were. But I've saved others. For you. A cold wind brushed his face. Something heavy inside him shifted. Chapter 17. Burden of the Battlefield. On the jeep ride down from the post, the valley spread beneath him. The burden was still there, but lighter now. He had once run, but now every life saved through his innovations was a step back toward the front line. He touched his medal, not as glory, but as duty. The battlefield would always be part of him, and so would the lives he saved. Sometimes, that was enough.